Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm WoWcrendor, and welcome back to World of Crendor, where I answer the questions that you ask me on Twitter and Facebook, where you can follow me at twitter.com/WoWcrendor and facebook.com/Crendor. I'll be taking questions from there every week. I'm going to be doing this once a week, probably on Saturdays, either Friday or Saturday, one of those days, and I just felt like it was time to bring it back, because it's been a while since I did some World of Crendor. It's okay? Okay. First question comes from Rango Knifecat. He says, how do you feel about Blizzard considering the option to sell boost to level 90? This was probably one of the most asked questions I have gotten. So let's talk about it. First off, there's the normal boost to 90 you get when you buy the Warlords of Draenor. And I'm fine with that. That's, you know, people coming back to the game, they just want to be 90, so maybe they're level 70, maybe they're like 82, maybe they're 67, I don't know, maybe they're 60. They just boost to 90, skip all the old content that they didn't want to play, bam. You can also, you also have the option to go play that content. It's not like you don't, then you can use an alt, it's all preference. But then there's the whole, they want to sell level 90s. So here's what I think about it. I think if you really want to buy a level 90, then you should just be able to buy a level 90. But I'm kind of on like a scale about it. I feel like you should already have a high level in order to buy one. Because I feel like you need to like have experienced the game, or even just something to help people that have bought a level 90 to like learn the game if they're new. Because I almost feel like most of the people that are going to buy level 90s already have level 90s, and they just want to buy other characters to try them. So I feel like it's not that big of a deal. I think the biggest deal is people, there's one of two things. One is people think they're going to get to level 90, like it's free, like, oh, I just bought my free level 90, I'm a new player to WoW, and then they're going to be off with the game. I think that's one of the concerns. And then there's people have leveled all their alts, and if people can now buy level 90s, they feel like their time is wasted because they just, spent all that time and dedication leveling all those characters, and now you can just buy it real easily. I think that's the biggest thing, is people are feeling like, I put all this work in, but really, it's an MMO. You put all of the work into vanilla, and then TBC comes out, and it's all irrelevant. Every expansion, all your gear becomes irrelevant. You have to re-level. All your progress is like, alright, well, whatever. You can go back and do all the dungeons you used to have to try hard in by yourself, practically. So, I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal. If you really want to pay for a level 90 and you have money, just whatever, sure, I don't care. I mean, I'll probably try it, just be like, I want to buy a Warlock, I don't know, because I hate leveling Warlocks. I don't know if I'd do that, though. But I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be honest. I think people are just upset because it's like, oh, I put all this work in. But really, it's a game where you put in imaginary effort. Well, you put in actual effort, and you get imaginary rewards, and they constantly progress. But it's fun. That's like every game. If you play ranked in Arena or League of Legends or, any of these games, what are you earning? You're not earning anything unless you make it pro, and then, it's all in your head. Achievements, but it's fun. And that's, if you're having fun while doing it, that's the whole point. Why do people, look at people that watch TV, they're not getting anything out of it, they're just watching TV. At least you feel like you're accomplishing something. That's how I put it, so that's my opinion on it. If you want to buy a 90, just whatever, go for it. The game's been out long enough that people have so many alts, and it's great. Like, maybe if the game just came out and you could buy a top level, that'd be different, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Next question. Rima asks, when do you think we'll get the Warlords beta? I have been thinking about this quite a bit right now, and compared to Mists of Pandaria, I was trying to figure it out. Mists of Pandaria released around September of 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago. So, or a year and a half ago, it's something like that. And the beta for that started around March? I think it was like, yeah, it was like March. And so I honestly think, from what I played at BlizzCon, is pretty similar to what Mist of Pandaria was for like playability. I feel like the beta will probably be in March. February or March. I'd say late February, early March is my guess for the beta, and then we'd probably get the game in the late summer, I'd guess. Mid to late summer. Just from past expansions and predictions and the way the content's all moving, it's pretty similar. I think we'll get it. It's gonna come out in the next couple of months. That's really all there is to it. Next question. Christian Thoma asks, what are you looking forward to most of all in Warlords of Draenor? I'm getting a lot of the Warlords of Draenor questions out of the way here. I'm looking forward to just new content. I want a new map. I'm tired of the whole like Pandaria zone. It's like it was fun. I had my lucky do stuff. I really only liked like 1 or 2 zones. So now I'm happy that it's gonna go back to Outland. We get to see like pre-Outland stuff, and I'm like, I've been here before. I'm excited about that. I think garrisons will be cool. And I'm just excited about the lore of like pre-Outland, like the most. Like I'm really excited about that lore. Mist of Pandaria, I was kind of like, it's fun. And I did all the, you know, the raids and stuff and quests, and it was like, it was all right. But I'm more excited about this because I'm like, oh man, I really want to play this lore and see stuff. So I'm more like, it's almost like Wrath of the Lich King, where I actually cared about the Lich King lore and stuff like that. So I think those are the things I'm looking forward to the most, is just a new atmosphere. And whenever there's a new expansion, it just feels fresh and new, and I like that. That's probably the most fun part. Next up, we got Brian Burrows. All these people are on Twitter. He says, how much Warlords beta coverage will you do? Like a video a day or just a summary? I'll likely be doing a lot of Warlords beta coverage, because first off, I'm very interested and intrigued in the game. Second off, WoW is my thing. And I know a lot of people are like, it's not anymore. No. And then third off, unlike Mist of Pandaria, you can't pay for a year and get into the beta. It's just all the media likely get in first, and then first beta waves, you know, etc., etc. So it's going to be a lot more demand to get into the game. So there's going to be a lot more people watching beta videos. So obviously I'm going to make more coverage of it because there's a higher demand for it. That's just the way it works. Plus I enjoy doing beta videos. It's weird when you do beta videos, there's just something fun about doing it. Like, look at this new thing I discovered. And it's like, not many, like, the crazy people aren't playing yet where they're like, I've discovered every possible location using this mathematical formula. It's like I can just run around and be like, look, I found something crazy. Like, I found that panda. Last expansion, I found the creepiest panda ever, or whatever I call it. And it was that, like, little kid panda, and he had the voice of, like, a 40-year-old Asian man. And he was like, hello, everyone. Like, that's the type of stuff I like to find. I'm like, whoa, look at this. And then seeing all the new character models, and I can make new videos with them. I'm excited for it. So I'm going to be making a lot of beta coverage of it, as well as Heroes of the Storm, because I'm really into those types of games. And I played it, and it was super fun at BlizzCon. So, yeah. Alright, now we move on to Facebook questions and non-Warlords of Draenor stuff. Do you have any favorite TV series? I do, in fact, have some favorite TV series. Number one is Game of Thrones. I always watch Game of Thrones, but I feel like most people do. And I've read some of the books, like the books 3 and 4, some of 4. So I know what's happening. I'm excited for it. Game of Thrones is that. BBC Sherlock, I didn't think I'd like it at first when I watched it like a year ago, but then I watched it, and I actually ended up really liking it. So that, I'd say Sherlock. I watch Doctor Who sometimes. Doctor Who's a show where it's like either the super fans that really like it or the people that hate it. It's like, I'm neither of those. I'm in between. I'm like, it's pretty good. It's one of those things where I have to watch it while I'm doing something. Like maybe if I'm playing a game or leveling, I could watch it while I'm doing that. I can't just like solely watch it because it's like, and then I watch like survival shows, like, but there's not a lot of them on anymore, so I'll watch reruns of like Man vs. Wild and Survivor Man just because I enjoy feeling like I'm in those places. It's me. And then, is there anything else? I watched some Food Network shows. But really, I don't watch a lot of TV. I watch more YouTube than I do TV. But yeah, I think that's about it. Those are my TV shows. Kakio is the next question. And, oh wow, my screen just went black. Kakio says, what do you think of Raid Finder? Would WoW be better off without it, or is it a positive thing for the more casual players? Honestly, I think Raid Finder is awesome. Because without that, I don't think I would have experienced raiding. Because if you think about it, you gotta join a guild, you gotta schedule out time to raid, and then you gotta go do the raid, and it just takes a while. With Raid Finder, it's kind of just like you queue up when you want and you see the content. That's all I really care about. I don't care about gear anymore. You know, I don't care about logging on multiple times a week and be like, I'm going to progress very slowly, we can do this. I just want to log on and I want to see the content and do the raids, and that's all I want to do. So I really like Raid Finder, at least from my, you know, perspective. I don't want to say perspective, but I like it from my point of, like, my opinion. I like it, okay? I like it. I've used it a lot. I think it's fun. And it is a lot better for casual players because you don't really have the time to log on. Granted, I do have the time. It's just I really don't want to, like, hardcore raid because I did that so much through Vanilla and Burning Crusade and Wrath that I just stopped caring, really. After Kata, I was like, whatever. I just kind of want to see the content, and that's that. So, I'm happy with it. Next question is Josh Turtle Paddock. He says, Crendor, could you recommend some hardware for recording videos like webcam, microphone, and where is a good place to buy them online? This is a question I get a lot, and I've gotten a lot for, I think, as long as I've been doing this. Number one is you need fraps, or people use... What's that other one? There's a few other ones. There's Bandicam. I know there's one other one. I just can't think of the name. But I use fraps. DxTory. That's it. DxTory. That's what TB uses. And some other people. But I personally like fraps. That's what I've used. It's always been good. You just need a lot of hard drive space and computer power because it saves really big files. Because they're AVIs. They're going to be uncompressed. Which means they're very big files, and it maintains quality that way though. So when you put it in your video editor, such as Adobe Premiere or Sony Vegas, it keeps the high quality. So when you render it and you compress it into a smaller file, it then has a pretty good quality to it, as where if you record in a lower quality and then render it, it's going to be even lower quality, and it's just bad. So you really want a good computer to make videos, obviously, because you get the highest quality. Microphone, I would just go with a Blue Yeti because it's pretty legit, and it's pretty cheap for a microphone. That's what I always I used that for like two and a half years. Now I got this PG-27 USB, but it needs a mic stand and everything. But I'd say Blue Yeti. And where can you buy them online? You can just go to Amazon or Newegg. That's where I got all my stuff at because it's cheap, and Newegg has really good tech support. Amazon's cheap. They're both good sites. Amazon, Newegg, I'd just go there. Webcam, if you want a webcam, get a Logitech. What is it? I don't know. It's 920, I think. I don't know. Hold on. Let me just Google this real quick. Logitech webcam C920. I think it's the C920. It's a pretty popular webcam. A lot of people use it. It's pretty cheap. You get it for like 60, 70 bucks, and it's really good quality. I think that's what most people on the podcast use too. I just got the C930, but it's pretty good, but I think I even like the C920 better still. But it does its job. It's more of a plug-and-play one, while the C920 has more options. Like, it has better software for it. It's not just, you know, plug it in and then it's there. But there you go. That's some help for you. And then, finally, we have a question from Arash Garib. And he has 2 questions, but I'm just going to take one question because it's fair to everyone else. He says, would you consider ever getting a different job related to gaming in the future, like voice acting in a game? And I wouldn't want to. If I could keep this job, making videos and such, I would much rather do that than any other job, because it gives me a creative outlet on top of being able to make money. So that's really the best I can ask for, and I get to work in my pajamas, so that's another good thing. I guess I like social media, so I guess I'd do marketing for someone. But even then, I wouldn't just want to do that. I would want to do, like, social media for a lot of people, because it's for one person, it's easy, and it's just you focus on it gets boring. So I'd want to, like, focus on, it'd be like a social media marketing company, I guess, is what I would do. But there's just too many things I would want to do. I'd want to write too, like be an author, but I wouldn't just want to be an author. Like some people are like, I'm a writer. Like I couldn't just be a writer. I would have to be a part-time writer, which I'm kind of doing already. I just like to write casually, and then I'm like, this isn't good, or maybe this will get better. I'm very perfectionist with writing. And then what else? I don't know. I'm pretty happy with what I do. Like voice acting, Jesse was a voice actor, so I learned a lot about voice acting from him. And it turns out there's a lot of competition in voice acting, and it's very hard to get voice acting gigs. They don't pay all that much, and in the end of it, they use a lot of the same like top 20 people for voice acting because they're like proven voice actors that do well, and they just go with them. So it's pretty hard to be a voice actor. And I think Jesse even said he's gotten he's gotten more voice acting gigs being a YouTuber than he has being a voice actor and having an agent. So that shows you what the industry is like. Either way, I decided to do only a little short one, Q&A this time. That was about 7 questions, I think. So thank you for your questions. Again, twitter.com/WoWcrendor, twitter.com/WoWcrendor, facebook.com/Crendor. You can ask me questions. Every week I'll be like, hey, ask me questions for the show, and it'll be great. Okay.